Here are 10 mistakes to avoid when buying a home. The last one could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Number 1, don't take on new credit. During the escrow process, your lender is going to be placing all their debt-to-income ratios off your current status. If you go in and take on a new credit card or do something like purchase a new car, this is going to completely throw off your debt-to-income ratios, meaning that you may no longer qualify for that home. Instead, just keep everything as calm as possible and keep moving forward as your lender instructs you. Number 2, don't move too fast. You know, as a home buyer, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of buying a home. Sometimes all of a sudden you're out there, next thing you know, you're making offers. You may regret the decision that you made. Instead, take your time, do your research, make sure the home is the right fit. Now, once you have done your due diligence and you are prepared to make an offer, I always like to tell my clients, take as long as you need, but as little as you must, because by waiting out, you could lose out on that home. Number 3, don't mix up your needs and your wants. Now, if you need a shorter commute, but you want that dream kitchen, it's probably better to go with that shorter commute, because once that dream kitchen is worn off, you're still stuck with that long commute. I like to get my clients to sit down and make a list of their wants and needs and really figure out strategically what matters most. Number 4, don't shop without getting pre-approved. Now, early on in my career, I was taking some buyers out that had gone online and figured out that they could afford a $600,000 condo. So I threw them in my car and we drove around looking at all these awesome $600,000 condos, just to find out about a week later that they only qualified for $300,000. Now, after looking at $600,000 condos, nothing sufficed in the $300,000 range. Furthermore, when it comes to a competitive market, if you submit your offer without a pre-approval letter, you might as well be at the bottom of the pile, because you're going to barely even be noticed. Most agents and sellers won't even consider looking at your offer without that pre-approval letter. Number 5, don't get distracted. Today's homes often feature nice, shiny new countertops and the latest cabinets and appliances, which can easily distract buyers from the more important things like layout and the old adage, location, location, location. Instead, focus on these things, because a home that needs these updates is just a diamond in the rough and you can get a better deal. And then on top of that, you can put your own finishing touches into the home. Just make sure you have a solid understanding of what it costs to replace these items. Number 6, don't break your budget. It's imperative you get a solid understanding of how much your monthly expenses will be for the home. And it is so tempting just to squeeze that up a little bit more to get that bigger home, maybe the home that you've always dreamed of. The last thing that you want to do is become house poor because you went too big on your mortgage payment. This could make the difference between having those nice vacations, those dinners out once in a while, or buying that new gadget you've been eyeballing on Amazon. Number 7, don't get discouraged by the home inspection report. The home inspector's job is to point out every last defect in the home. Often we're looking at homes that are 5, 10, 25, 50 years old. Of course they're going to have issues. This report's more designed to give you a gauge of what you're dealing with, because at the end of the day, any of these issues are solvable with a little repair doll. Rather than missing out on a great opportunity of a home in your ideal location that might have a few issues, instead, think about, how can we get these items fixed? Number 8, don't be underinsured. It's understood that a home is an asset that needs to have proper coverage, but oftentimes buyers are underinsured without even realizing it. It is important to know things in your area that could affect insurability, like fires, earthquakes, floods, tornadoes, etc. Furthermore, in California, there are many insurance companies that are no longer writing policies and are completely moving out of the state. So make sure you are covered. Number 9, don't be unwilling to compromise. Look, we all have a list of what we want, but it's important to realize that sometimes you just have to take a home that may not have that dream kitchen that you wanted for. Instead, focus on what the good elements of that home are and will they be willing to work in your current situation. Understand that compromising in some way is often part of the home buying process. Number 10, don't work without a buyer agent. A buyer agent will help you and guide you so you can avoid buying the wrong home. They have an invested interest in helping you succeed and getting you the best deal possible. Furthermore, working exclusively with an agent, such as with us at Compass, we have access to over 100 off-market properties that only our buyers are allowed to view. In addition, a good agent will have relationships with all the top agents within the market, and that relationship could be the difference between you getting your offer accepted or not. Thank you for listening to our top mistakes to avoid as a buyer. If you like this sort of content, hit the subscribe button below.